Thank you for staying with us. Mr. Harona Esseku is my guest tonight. Well, Mr. Esseku, I'm sure many can't wait for us to get into these issues about the President Kufuor bait, the allegations. I actually had some newspaper publications from 2005 and 2006, some from the Palava newspaper, etc. Some saying that you made the word "wawa" popular. Some say that you said that President Kufuor was collecting kickbacks. The kickback became a very popular expression attributed to you. But of course, I need my viewers to hold on to that for now. We will get to that arena and very, very soon. Okay. But it depends on how quickly you are able to tell me what happened in your appointment time. So you won the election, as we've said. You became member of parliament.
The elections were on the 29th of August.
29th of August.
1969. On the 12th of September 1969. I wasn't expecting it.
Oh, okay.
Despite what I thought of myself.
I like that.
But I was driving to Sanya when I had somebody stopped my car. Have you listened to the news? In those days, the newsman was GBC only. So it was easy to organize a coup. All you had to do is take over GBC.
And the whole country heard you.
Yes. And that's the only place to get the news.
Right.
This time we have so many of them.
Absolutely.
They alone can frustrate your effort to organize a coup.
Absolutely.
So I'm not anticipating any more coups in Ghana.
Great. Great.
Now, then they said I'd been appointed to become cabinet minister. Buzia had just announced it. And my portfolio was transport and communications.
Wow.
At age 35, I was rather very surprised myself. But I still believe that, as I've said earlier, I want to excel in everything. So I had to put all my energies to it immediately, even before I returned to Accra.
Okay.
To go and listen to what it was all
about. And
I might add that that ministry in 2008
yes,
had been divided into 4 cabinet ministries.
Yeah.
Transportation, communications, civil aviation, and railways and harbors.
Right.
There were 4 divisions. Now I think it's about 2 or 3.
Okay.
So.
Okay. But then unfortunately, Dr. Buzia's regime was not there for too long. Come 1972. Was the 13th of January or so? 13th of January, if my history is
so
right.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we were doing well.
Colonel Kutue Champong.
Yes. And his team of Salome, Agbo, several others.
They organized a coup.
Yeah.
And said they were taking over the commanding heights of the economy.
Yeah.
That was the expression.
That same night, all ministers were ordered to report at the regional police headquarters.
Okay.
I managed to settle my family well before I reported.
Oh, I see.
And,
what did you do? How did you settle them?
I didn't want to go into government bungalow. So I stayed in my house until about August 1970, from October 69.
Okay.
But then friends...
In your 30s, you had your own house?
Oh, yes, yes. I had a house in 1967.
Oh, I see.
Long before politics.
That was 33 years.
Yes.
You were only 33 at the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I just told you that I was working with the Pioneer Tobacco Company.
Absolutely. And you were making some good money.
Once you have 5 years stay there, you're entitled to a loan to build or buy a house.
Wow. Interesting.
Right.
So the coup occurred, you settled your family, you had your own house, you put them in there.
So I moved from the government bungalow.
Okay.
Because it was one coup which really, you won't believe. I drove past by my camp the morning I heard it, and there was no sign of a coup. Then I went to my house, and immediately there were a policeman coming to collect my pistol and whatever. And I said, oh, interesting enough, I've been in office for some 2 years. I'm entitled to these things. I know where they are inside the castle.
Okay.
But I've never collected them.
Oh.
Because one pistol and one rifle, but I didn't collect them. Interesting enough, when I became national chairman, I didn't carry.
You didn't carry any of those things?
Any gun.
But you were detained for a year and 3 months.
1 year, 3 solid months.
Wow, what was life like in the Nsawam prison for you?
Maybe because I was very young, I didn't notice it very much.
Okay.
But Nkrumah had built a block called Special Block. So all the political prisoners were headed there.
Okay.
And it's a story building. You stay, the rooms were 9 by 12.
Okay.
And those allotted to us. 6 of us, ministers and deputy ministers, had schoolboy, those bunkers.
Okay, the bunk beds?
Yes.
Okay.
There were 3 in the room.
Okay.
One down, one up.
Middle, one. Okay, one down, one up, one on the other side.
And there were 3 of the beds.
Oh, 3 of the beds. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So 2, 2, 2.
Okay, so 6 in all.
And on the floor,
yes,
we had about 12 others.
Really? In a 9 feet by 12 feet?
Yes. Crowded.
Very.
Yeah. But fortunately, when you get up in the morning, there was shower to wash.
Okay.
And there was your flush toilet.
Okay.
Those 2 things were very necessary.
All right.
For
that many men gathered in a small room.
And then this was, you just walk some 4 or 5 steps and you get to the washroom and the toilet and then.
Okay.
So life wasn't all that bad.
Okay.
Some of our followers really found it very difficult, especially some of our friends from Volta. They said they were at the beach when they were collected. So they came in, they had come from the sea and were on the seashore and they were collected. So that they landed in Nsawam only wearing pants. And,
but what took you back in 77? Because this is 1972 we are talking about.
Yes.
But you were detained again in 1977.
Yes.
Why?
That one, they say preparing to overthrow the government of Ghana.
I see.
And they claim that...
Well, at that time, we have moved into the SMC regimes. Even though it was still Couture Champon 72.
Yeah.
We know the Palace School occurred in 75.
No. Palace School was 75. Is it
75?
Oh,
early.
Okay.
And then where he was made a mister. Because it was said that he would be called a Mr. Champo and all of that. And then we had the Supreme Military Council 1 and the Supreme Military Council 2.
Right.
You know, but at the beginning it was the National Redemption Council.
But in 1977,
yes,
there has been a bit of chieftaincy problem in my town. And there are 2 ruling houses. I was supporting one.
Oh.
And the former Vice President, Kenaka,
yes,
was supporting the other.
Oh, I see.
And I believe a cousin of his, Colonel Jackson,
yes,
was a senior officer in the army, the Air Force.
Okay.
So I believe that they cooked something for me, because I was hearing that they said if they managed to get rid of me as leader of the other party, they could win the dispute will go that way.
I see.
Anyway, so one afternoon I was in my house at Kanda, and then
you were picked up?
Yeah.
Simply on the basis that you were suspected of planning to overthrow?
I didn't even know why.
You didn't know why?
But I was put in the back of the car with 2 soldiers. I was in the midst of 2 soldiers, and then 1 soldier in front, another soldier driving. But straight to the Air Force guard room.
I see. And you were there for 3 weeks, I believe?
For 3 weeks, yes.
About 3 weeks.
At the end of the 3rd week, a car came from me and took me to the castle, where I met is it a colonel, somebody who interviewed me. And what he wrote was that you on such a date,
yes,
in fact 24th May 1977,
all right,
together with others known and unknown, were preparing to overthrow the government of Ghana with arms.
So those were the charges against you?
Yes. Bold written at the top of the paper, big roll sheet. Comment on it.
I see.
That was
all.
But before that, the man was toying with me. He was asking me certain questions, and I said, please, officer, I'm not sure this is why I've been brought here. I believe some report have been made to this office via Colonel Jackson.
Okay.
that I'm causing trouble in Sayebreku. And this is the reason why I've been arrested.
But they let you go after 3 weeks, and that was the end of the story.
Yes, but before that, the 3 weeks I suffered.
You suffered?
Right inside the, I shy away from talking about it, but I wouldn't do it. Inside the Air Force guard room, there were small stones guarded in a corner. Made some sort of a bed. In the morning with your pants, you go and lie on the bed and you exercise on the bed, on the stones. Really? Up and down, up and down, up and down. And
what kind of exercise was that?
Well, to make you suffer a bit. Because when you go down, the stones hit you.
Okay.
And then you rise up, you hit down again.
Wow.
And we had done this for about 2.5 weeks. It didn't have much effect on me.
On you?
Because as I say, I was still very young.
You were young.
Yes.
I see, but those are horrific stories.
Yes.
It tells what we've been through as a country.
Yes.
And the way we treated political opponents.
And that was 1977.
But then under PNDC, you were detained twice.
Yes.
In 1987 and 1991.
Yes.
And I think 7 weeks the first time and 3 weeks the second time.
Yeah. The first one, 87 one, was that we didn't have pipe-borne water in Sanya.
Okay.
And that pipe-borne water was not being brought, but they had to dig trenches. I'm told that I got up one night and went to the beach, carried some stones. And the contractor had gotten to a place where there were stones. So he was using some machine to dig into the stones.
Okay.
Right. The machine carried a bit of funnel. I don't know why for. But I had put the stones in the funnel and pushed the stones down to make it impossible for the machine to be used. So the charge then was
sabotaging
the economy of because I don't want my people to drink water.
Okay. But why did you do that?
But I had not done it. You know, how can I go to the beach?
You never did that?
No.
And they allege that against you?
Yes.
I get that clearly.
That was the complaint made by a group of people from Sanya to the castle.
And you were kept for 7 weeks?
Yes.
Why? And what happened in those 7 weeks?
Well, staying in the Air Force guard room, going through the drills, and then, in fact, I don't remember even I was, apart from the last interview,
yes,
inside the guard room, there was no interview.
I see.
Only that you are in prison. People will come and try and visit you.
Okay.
Your wife, they may allow your wife to come, but not the others, so on and so forth. Well, the time came and I went. As for the 1991...
as if allegedly insulting
yes,
the leader of the country at the time.
At the time. And
his wife.
Yes. I always write with 2 separate expletive words.
Can you tell us?
Many people have tried all they can do.
To crack that?
Yes.
But tonight I know you do it for me.
No.
But if it's an allegation against you...
it's an allegation.
You can tell us the allegation if it is not true.
Well, let's see if today I'm explained. But in my party, a lot of people want to know those 2 expletive words.
Absolutely.
Well, let me tell you what they are.
Please do.
Because I'm going to talk about Kufuor and my alleged relationship with him.
Absolutely.
So I think I can talk about this one.
Great.
Today, I'll let people know what those 2 expletive words were.
Exclusively on PM Express.
Yes. That I had said very, very much aloud on a platform saying Bregu.
It was an advert?
No. I was alleged to have
You
said.
are alleged, okay.
To have said that Nana Konodo is ugly. And that Rollins is a bastard.
Oh.
And this report had been made and given to Mrs. Rollins. I'm told he became furious immediately. It was a Friday. He called the president, or that time chairman.
Chairman of the PNDC.
I called him, and within, I think an hour or so, a vehicle loaded with policemen were combing Ghana to have me arrested.
Wow.
And this was Friday. I was in the Saya. But I didn't hear of it until Monday morning. I don't know why it happened that, but I understand again, they themselves, those who made again this report, were the same people who talked about the 1997 thing.
Oh, I see. 87.
No, the 77 that I
The
was...
77? 87, the first PNDC arrest?
No, I'm talking about the Achampo arrest.
The Achampo 77?
Arrest, yeah.
Okay.
These same people...
Oh, interesting.
...were behind it.
Interesting.
And I hadn't made the statement.
Okay.
But there I was, and I'm supposed to have done that. And that one I was put into the information room.
Where?
No, sorry. Yes, information room, police headquarters.
Oh, okay.
But within 2-3 days,
Yes.
I got a hint that it was going to be the shortest of my detention.
And it turned out to be 3 weeks.
The 3 weeks was still long, still short.
Still short.
Having regard to the
earlier ones.
and then the nature of this offense.
Okay. Did you meet Chairman Rawlings during the time?
No.
You never met him?
Yeah.
Did you meet Nana Konedu?
No, I didn't. But I'm told that when the letter was delivered to Nana, there were ladies in waiting.
Okay.
2 of them with her, and they told her, Nana, tomorrow.
We don't believe it.
Yeah, they said they don't.
They don't believe that you would say that.
Yeah. Later on, I was introduced, so I went to thank them.
Okay.
But I don't think their names will come, because they are also alive. Those 2 people.
Yeah.
They are alive.
Oh, okay. The other 2 ladies.
The
other 2 ladies who convinced Nana that you couldn't have said so.
Yeah, that in a can. Pain why you
Okay.
You speak a bit of Akan.
Yes, I do. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Pain why
you insult an elderly person behind their backs.
Yeah. And the person who comes to tell you is the one who really wants to insult you.
The one who comes to tell you is the one who wants to insult you. Yeah.
And that man...
And that's a legal principle as well.
That man, Mr. Harona Esseku, is a very nice man. Then they referred. When we went to Teshi, about 2 weeks ago, they were telling Anna that the story one of them told me.
Oh, I see.
We went to Teshi. We wanted a guy who could translate the Akan language, and then speak good English and vice versa.
All right.
To translate what we were doing into Ghana.
All right.
And then we brought a lady. That lady had just arrived to Teshi, her hometown. We were living in Canada, and she had gone home in her car. And because she was known by some of our people, she was brought in there and made a rally there, the 23rd December woman.
Okay.
Very successful.
Okay. I see.
And this woman, you praised that day. They were telling Anna, it happens to be the wife of Mr. Esseku.
Oh, wow.
And that we, one of them says she's very close to my wife because they worked in the same place.
Okay. Interesting.
And then immediately, I'm told, Nana picked the phone and spoke to the husband again.
Okay.
And therefore, it became known that the person who brought the report happens to be on the other side of the chieftain's dispute. This thing had dragged all the way.
All the way.
Even now, as I'm talking, it hasn't quite ended.
Okay.
We have gone far.
You've gone far.
And I'm winning. because I don't get into something and I lose.
Interesting. Let's take a very quick commercial break. When we come back, your relationship with President Kufuor, the allegations of the use of the word kickbacks against him, and also the expression "wawa." That's how he was collecting the.
As for the expression "wawa," as I sit here today, I don't know even where it came from. I heard that the people were saying "wawa," and that Kufuor had said the Cape Coast. That is
It's a good time to take a commercial break. We'll take your messages, and then Mr. Harona Esseku will address his relationship with former President Kufuor. Stay with us. It's an exciting interview with Mr. Harona Esseku, former chairman of the NPP, former member of parliament in Ghana. So many positions, if we had to go through all of that. But we'll go through some of them, I'm sure. And as young as 35, was already a cabinet minister. Some of the messages here. Frank Kanku says he should be fair to us and tell us whether the allegation of kickbacks was true or mere allegations. We'll deal with that immediately. Anon. Isahaku Bene, he who speaks the truth is never wrong. I appreciate your truthfulness and boldness to blow off the lid of corruption in your own party, even at the peril of your life. You have demonstrated beyond doubt that our generation still has a few decent-minded politicians who have vowed not to romance the truth. Posterity will surely vindicate you. Sami, as a former student of Accra Academy and also an NPP member, I'm proud of this great Ghanaian. Kobi Kanyako, I really like this man and I want him to be my mentor. Please, can you give me his number? I want to learn more from him. We'll find out if it's possible. Frank Kanku again, I want to know whether he supported Nado on his statement or die be die, and what that really means for the NPP. I think Mr. Esseku should write his memoirs because we the youth need to learn a lot from such great people. This one, no name. Kuku says, ask Mr. Harona Esseku whether the overthrow of Nkrumah was right, because now an elderly man, so I guess he will not just be doing politics. Richard Tieku says, NPP and NDC are two sides of the same coin when it comes to kickbacks. Dabu Alexander says, Ade, do your good work for Mother Ghana. Let nothing stop you. More fire. Thank you. Opon says, does my father see the difference between politics of the 60s and politics of today? Isaac Kobina, Nengi Esseku, I am watching you. When I was in class 2 in 1969, you were the most honorable man in Senya and Krobo Echir. Is that the right way? Oh, okay, I see. Someone says, please check the sound. We can't hear. Okay, all right, that's to the technical crew. I can't do anything about that from here. But Mr. Esseku, first place, did you say that President Kufuor was taking kickbacks?
No. The whole thing happened in the year 2005. My term of office was going to end in December 2005, four-year period. All right. My 3 previous ones, Darocha, Peter Lajete, Odoi Sachs, all had 1 term and left. All right. So many people thought I should also have 1 term. Okay. But I said I was going to break that thing. Okay.
And do 2 terms.
Do 2 terms.
Okay.
So I had discussed this issue with my president during the campaign of 2004. The 2 of us stayed for about a week together in the northern region. Okay. Traveling in the mornings to several places, coming back there in the evening and going back. All right. In any case, we were very close, right from the formation of NPP. I really supported him in his effort to become president. All right. But when we won 2001, I decided, apparently he was also taking the same thing, that at my age, and the cabinet he was going to form, I knew those who would be older than I am might be only perhaps J.H. Mensah. Okay. And in fact, it turned out to be so. All right. But I decided that I want to be chairman of the party. Okay. So I campaigned. Of course, he supported it, supported my campaign. All right. So in 2005, whilst we were campaigning in the north, I discussed the issue with him that I would like to be
party chairman.
Party chairman. And he said, okay, when the time comes. Okay. It wasn't going to come until a year from then. All right. The time we were campaigning. That's right. So we had recently in 2009, we expanded our electoral college. Yes. We were planning to do that in 2005, in fact 2004. But because of the elections, we decided not to have an annual Congress in 2004, so we didn't have one.
Okay.
And this was going to be done because 2004, if we had done it, that was when we were going to expand.
Okay.
Before then, anything we did, we had 4 officers, 4 non-officers, 10 of them from each constituency, 10, 10, 10, 10.
That's right.
At that time, about 1 something times 10.
Okay.
Now, we wanted to expand, but the expansion was not going to be as big as what we did 2009.
Okay.
But I had prepared all the papers. And then the agreement was that it would be done March 2009. Now, March came, I had prepared everything, but the money to do it, I have to get from the cash. Okay. This is what people didn't understand. Now, a president, as head of a political party, especially in our country, is the #1 fundraiser for the party. Because by our nature, when he gets one contract, when he gets one thing done, and is paid by the government, he wants another job. So he wants to make contribution to the party in such a way that it will be easier for him to do it again.
Okay.
They also know that these contracts are finally approved by the council, not by the party, because all those are government things. There's difference between government and party.
Sure.
We had really taken the steps late in the 90s to make sure that our party will not be like the olden was, where the leader of the party becomes the president. Okay. No.
All right.
In Nkrumah's time, all Africa,
Right.
the leader of the party or the movement became the president. But now, if you want to be president, let the party have
his own leader.
Yes.
The chairman.
Yes. So that's what we had agreed to do. And we started with President Rocha in 1992.
Sure.
It was our constitution and question. That's when the split, we did a bit.
Right.
And the thing has been put in March, but I didn't get the money to do it.
Okay.
And then in September 2005, our elections start from the polling station, then to the constituencies, then to the regions, and finally to the national one. And it's usually spread over July right down to December.
Okay.
So we didn't get the money didn't come.
All right.
Although I had prepared all the papers and everything. Come September, I decided that the elections for the regions will be supervised by me, all the 10 regions. Okay. Eventually, I did 8. I couldn't do Northern region, Western region, clash of time. But I took along, whereas we were organizing the meeting, I had some clerks who will be campaigning for my re-election in the background, because when the delegates are in the room, the whole area is full of party people.
Okay.
And at the end of the 8 rounds, that's about September, the beginning of September, it became clear that people were not happy with me because for the year January to 2005, you used to send sometimes 20 million or 40 million to the regions.
Okay.
So they're able to give a bit to the constituencies, at least to support them in our rents, because we had offices in all the constituencies. Okay. And this was done all the 3 years I was there, every month.
Okay.
Now, in 2005, from January to September, when we were doing the regional elections, this money had never come.
Never came. Okay.
So they were attributing it to me, that the chairman, because he's going to go away or he wants to contest, the money is meant for us. He's been using them to campaign.
Okay. For his second term.
For his second term. So it was necessary at that time to say that I did not send those monies because I never got the monies from the presidency.
Okay.
Because my attitude was that the president will preside over the finances of the country.
Okay.
Plenty
Yes.
responsibility.
Sure.
And the party will preside. So when people make contribution to the party, although it is done through your office, immediately it should be given to the chairman of the party. So he and his executives can decide what to do.
What to do with it.
But when you prepare your program as chairman,
Right.
and you have to wait for the money to come from the presidency,
Right.
it means you are under control there. And therefore, you may not be able to do all that you want to do.
So where do you think the word kickback came from?
Yes,
and was stamped on your back?
Yes, this is what I'm coming to.
Unfortunately, we have just 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go?
Yes.
Okay, let me be quick about it.
Yes.
You see, so when the little time left for me to campaign, when I went to, I explained to them that the monies that I should return never came to me.
Okay.
And they were kept in the presidency. That's why I've not been able to send money.
Okay.
Now, I think some people were trying to undermine me. So they brought Acha and his assistant, David Lamte, to come and interview me, ostensibly for me to tell them what to do so that I can, they can support me.
Are you talking about Raymond Acha?
Raymond Acha, yes.
Okay.
Inquirer. I had not known that there was a paper called Inquirer, although I had been chairman for 4 years.
I see.
So the two of them came to me. I said, "Oh, come to my house for the interview." They came and interviewed me. And I said that I was hoping to, because by that time, 21st, about 20th, thereabouts, November, October, it had become known that I was going to contest.
Right.
This was also known that my first vice was contesting me and that he was being supported by my president. And I asked him, and he didn't deny. He said, yes, I'm supporting you. After further inquiry, I realized that some little incident had happened in May. I don't want to talk about that. But that was the basis of the thing. Since I'm coming out, let me say, many people know that one in any case. He's a member of the National Executive Committee meeting, though he comes, stays for a short time and goes. That very May 2005, after the March thing had passed, and he came to the meeting, he said he would like to become the leader of the party. When I went to meet him at the gate, he said, please, Harona, today I'm taking up the leadership of the party.
Who said this to you?
President Kufuor.
President Kufuor.
Yeah, when I went to usher him to the meeting.
All right.
And I said, I was surprised they used to free. Because we were very free with each other.
All right.
He said, anyway, so we are going to the room. We got to the room, we talked. I said, I'm stopping our discussions. Normally, president comes, he stays, and later on he talks, and then we clap for him, he leaves us, we finish our meeting.
Right.
But today he's brought a very big agenda, so let's stop and discuss.
Okay.
Incidentally, that night, those invited to the meeting, which normally is chairman's duty to do, those I invited were there, but I saw other faces.
Okay.
But
invited by who? The president?
I don't know.
Okay.
But they were in the room. And they were all big people. Some ministers, some deputy ministers, some party tops people. So that was all right with me. So after he had talked for some time and given reasons why he wants to be the leader of the party, I gabbled and asked for opinion.
Okay.
And one of our people got up and disagreed vehemently with it.
Who was that?
Oh, well, Ben Sally.
Ben Sally, okay.
Yeah, he disagreed with that. Another one got up and agreed with him.
Okay.
At that level, I got up and said, members, you see the support. One vehemently against, one vehemently for.
Do you remember who supported him?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I know your one supported.
Okay.
So I said, this is because this item was not put on agenda. Our meeting, we sent someone says, 2 weeks, if it's late at all, about 8 to 9 days, so that people know the agenda and prepare well.
Okay.
Because running a political party is not easy. You must know what you are going to discuss. We want everybody to talk from your heart and bring good suggestions to run the party, not when you come there. And so please, Mr. President has brought this. It will appear in subsequent, the chairman who writes the summons or who prepares the summons for the secretary to write.
Okay.
So all what is going to say is decided by the chairman.
Okay.
That's one big job for the NPP national chairman.
Okay.
Convening and presiding over that meeting. So I closed that chapter, and then he left without waiting for the thing. We saw him off normally, and that was, to me, the end of it. But I knew in my head that that agenda was not going to appear on any future summons. I said subsequent summons. I didn't want to do it. And I'm sure my president, having known me for years, he knew that if I was interested, I would have pushed it for the discussion to end that night.
Okay.
But since I'm going to put it, so June comes, this was May, June comes, it was not on a summons. July comes, it was not on a summons. And August, July came, not on a summons. So by August, the news came out. My first vice, at least you should have selected someone, but my first vice was going to contest me. And then I'd heard my president was supporting him. I asked him, he did not deny it.
I see.
What he told me that he was traveling. When he returned, he would sit down and he would give me the reasons why he's supporting him and not me. Well, that meeting never came on. And then I gave a news conference on these matters to Raymond Archer and this person, and told them that you are going to bring me a script of what we have agreed on.
Right.
And then I'll give the date when it will be published. A week after we had done this, when my intention was to have it published end of May, end of November, because the election was coming 17 December, about some of the things I had said to them, because I wanted to correct it and put the language which will make people to understand. On the 21st of November, just a week after that interview, they woke me up at midnight. Mr. Seku, we have gone to bed. Tomorrow we are on the streets with our interview. I said, what? We agreed.
Is that where the word kickback came from?
Yes.
So it wasn't your word?
No.
You're saying that it was Raymond Archer who put out the word kickback?
Well, yes.
And attributed it to you?
Yes, and he knows it. And the Kwabena Domo of your place here now in Britain,
Joy
FM.
from BBC.
Yes. I am challenging it up to now. Now I'm going to take a few people to court on that issue. And I'll call here for those forms. When he got it, for 3 days running, Archer had said, Mr. Seku, because I had said that I go to the presidency to collect monies from Aten. In my position as chairman, I'm going to say we take bribes, because there was no question of bribe.
Okay.
All I was talking about was the custody of party funds. That's all.
That's all. We have to go somehow.
And then they put it in that I said
we are being hounded out of the studio, you and I.
Kickback. And everybody, some people call me kickback. And you know what happened? Raymond Archer, after doing that thing, Kwabena Domo said there have been several recordings of me, and that the word is there.
I see.
And I said, what I said never was akin to anything like bribe. How much more kickback? And I'm challenging everybody. He brought out and played on this radio 8 different tapes with the hope that you find one of them where the word kickback was used. He didn't find it. So Raymond Acha and David Ramte were the cause.
The ones who put their word out.
Yes.
Mr. Esseku, thank you very much.
And I'm happy we didn't have time to discuss other issues.
Yes.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day we will.
I'll have another opportunity.
So we can talk about your family and all of that. And I know that we also
today,
have.
Today,
you have to wait.
Oh, okay.
We have all the pictures you brought, the black and white and all of that. We couldn't get into that arena.
Oh.
But I'm sure people would not have forgiven us if we didn't talk about your relationship with President Kufuor. So we'll take that. And another day, we can do a softer one, which will be about your family. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you, Mr. Clegg.
That's right.
That's a Ghana name.
That's a Ghana name.
Shoba Academy.
Jamestown, British Accra.
Oh. But Jamestown BAP.
Tachimota. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Mr. Esseku, thank you so much. All right. We enjoyed you. Thanks for coming.
Accra Academy produced 3 national chairmen.
National chairman, eh? We'll see what Achimota will produce.
Peter Jete.
Good night to you viewers. Thank you for watching. That's been Mr. Harona Esseku. All the best to you.
Harona Esseku.
Bye-bye.